You know, I get a lot of questions at the website lately. With everything that's going on in the industry, there's a lot of shops out there figuring out how they're going to put all this new equipment and technology into their existing footprint. And some of you, the business is picking up rapidly that you're even thinking about expanding your locations. And does that mean additional concrete needs to get poured? Well, we've stopped in to talk to Tom at Carliner. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Kristen.
You guys have a service that, I got to be honest, I didn't even know you had until recently. Where you help shops figure out these problems that they're having.
Yeah, absolutely. So with ICI Design, we take an existing footprint and kind of map out maybe a better flow for better production, or like you said, if they're going to pour more concrete, what that should actually look like without actually implementing the equipment or people in place first.
Right. Now I hear a lot of stories of shops that have called in people to look at their footprint that maybe their business had picked up. They were thinking that, you know, were at capacity, but they wanted to make a little bit more money, and they were thinking of a construction project. But after working with what they had, we've been able to get more cars through with not even having to go there.
Absolutely, and in a lot of cases, we've actually been to reduce their footprint down to just be more efficient with the space that they have. So that's been a huge bonus for a lot of customers out there.
Are you getting a lot of requests right now for shops that are interested in how they're going to be able to put in the aluminum bay, some of the things that are kind of coming down the pipe right now?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a big request. With the space that aluminum bay requires and the tooling and everything else that's the upgrades to the shop, you really got to plan ahead a lot. And again, using ICI Design is just a really simple way to lay out what everything should look like, put it in place, and then try the plan. If it works, you know, we can always move things around. So
now you probably see a lot of these every year where you sit down and do it. What are some of the common organizational mistakes that we have? I know we got organizational issues in the office, but what are some of the common organizational problems that we have out in the shop that are easy fixes?
Just reducing your clutter. Go through the waste. You know, storing parts for old cars. It's not really a profitable way. Every square inch of your building has a dollar value attached to it. So maximizing every square foot of that building is really the way to go. I mean, you can't be profitable without doing that. So,
if a shop was thinking about maybe a redesign or getting into the process, you know, we know they got to clean it. You know, I guess we're going to go through the 5 S's and we're going to clean and sort and all those things. What are some things on the checklist maybe that are helpful that the shop can go through and get in their mind before they call you guys and have you guys come in and do a design?
One would be to clean, again, obviously clean everything up and look through your own process and try to find your own things that you can see wasted area, wasted space. Any of those little bottlenecks that we can address right away up front. Everybody's a little bit different, so there's no real blanket one way, or I call it like McDonaldizing the body shop. So you really need to go through and look at your own process and what works for your people, because the process isn't always going to be great for everybody. So you have to really, it's a custom fit. You know, you have to really look at that part.
Right. So once a shop contacts you and makes that decision to have you guys help them with that footprint design layout and improving the process, what are some of the first initial steps that you're going to be doing with the shop? What can they expect?
So first we're going to look at your annual production numbers so we can get an idea of how many vehicles you need to be pulling through the shop. From that point, we look at the process itself. So starting with blueprinting into tear down, body and frame, paint, and reassembly. So we look at those little pieces individually and try to find all the little flaws that we can. That's really all we're doing, is trying to just remove these, you know, deficiencies out of your process. Once we kind of nail that stuff down, then we can kind of look at what's going to work better for the flow of the whole shop. So that could be equipment layout, it could be moving whole departments. There's quite a few things that you go through, but those are really the big key players.
Start to finish, from the time you start working with a shop to, you know, having a really finished blueprint or a footprint out there, what's the time turnaround on all this?
Well, again, with preparation, if you can come to us with, we know we have these issues, the process can be a lot sooner. We've done it down to 30 days. Some shops have taken a year to plan out. Then those shops are quite a bit larger in size to really map out. But the initial setup for the actual ICI Design drawing could be in a matter of hours, really. So
you got to have some pretty good success stories from people that have gone through the process and said, man, I can't believe I'm making this with this now.
Right.
What's some of the feedback you get when it's all said and done?
Well, yeah, it's very gratifying when you can go to these shops and see that the process that you've helped implement is really working for them. The one example that I have of many is we had a customer with about a 30,000 square foot existing facility, and just the margin wasn't there for him. So we actually moved his whole footprint down to about 10,000 square feet, And we were able to increase his profits by about 30% just by implementing a leaner process and moving some equipment around to increase the flow of that shop. So,
all right, that 10,000 has to feel much more manageable.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
He's got to be breathing deeper.
Yeah.
Well, if you're thinking about making changes in your collision repair facility, whether you're at that wonderful point where you're thinking about adding maybe a second, a third, or a fifth location, or you're looking at figuring out how to get in some of the new OEM required equipment to make expansions with aluminum, taking a look at your existing footprint first and the productivity within it before you consider a construction project or a new addition to a new building is always the best way to go. So visit the Car-O-Liner website, take a look at the design services they have, check out your local distributor and have them come through and give you a footprint and a map and some feedback. You may find that you have just the right space you have now to get to where you want to be tomorrow. Thanks.